Good morning, Knicks fans. It's your boy, Jonathan Macri, with a late morning announcements for Sunday, November 16th. Here reacting to the news that we just got, which is that OG Anunoby will be reevaluated in 2 weeks due to a hamstring strain. Steve Popper was the first with the news, although all the beat reporters quickly followed suit. So want to give a quick reaction to this. Obviously, an unfortunate blow for Anunoby, who was having nothing short of an all-star campaign between how well he was playing on defense and, putting the ball in the hole, shooting great from three. So let's talk about what this means for the Knicks. First things first, reevaluated in 2 weeks, as we know, does not mean back in 2 weeks. Does it mean back in 3 weeks? Does it mean back in a month? With this particular player, and with how the Knicks, I would say, especially under Mike Brown, have spoken about how they're going to handle certain things, nothing would surprise me. Obviously, OG, you're thinking about all defense, 65 games played. Will that factor into it? I don't know. Just looking ahead at the schedule, obviously they have Miami tonight, then the road trip, which he's not going to go on. They go to Dallas, Orlando, Brooklyn, and Charlotte. That is pretty manageable. And then 2 more games after that, Milwaukee at home, Toronto at home. That puts us at 2 weeks. So after that, you have Tuesday, December 2nd at Boston. And then a couple of easy ones at home, and should be at least, Charlotte, Utah. And then you got Orlando on Sunday, December 7th. Look, perfect world. Maybe he's back for that Orlando game. That would mean that he would have missed a total of 11 games if you include this last Miami game, which, of course, he did play in part of, but 10 games altogether. And then, by the way, that Orlando game is the last game before the in-season tournament. The only reason I think we could be looking at something closer to a month is because in the in-season tournament, they will only play twice in 10 days, which is, if you give him that whole entire 10 days, maybe it fully heals up, so does he miss 10 games? Does he miss 12 games? I would count on something in one of those two ranges. As far as what's going to happen in his absence, I would wager on the Knicks continuing to go with the lineup that we essentially saw them go with in Anunoby's place, which is Shamet starting, again, essentially in place of Anunoby, and then Deuce McBride starting in place of Brunson. And then the other question is, how much does this open up the rotation? We did not see, notably, Tyler Kolek or Harriel Haporti, or for that matter, Bakom Dadier or Mohamed Diawara in their last game against Miami, and Yabusele has been very limited. So is Mike Brown going to open up the rotation a little bit more? And if so, who gets the nod? I mean, I've seen people suggest Diawara should get a little bit more time. I don't necessarily think that that's nuts, or get any time, I should say. But you never know. We could see Kolek, we could see Haporti, or anywhere in between. I would certainly anticipate a little bit more playing time for Yabusele at the very least, just because they are so short on size now. And especially with some of the matchups coming up, Dallas, Orlando, Brooklyn, teams that bring real size, Milwaukee even to some extent. So we'll see what happens. I mean, look, the Knicks, they still have, a lot of talent, as we saw against the Heat on Friday night, but this is a significant blow to the point that, for as many games as both Anunoby and Brunson have to miss, I mean, if the Knicks could just stay above water and be a 500 team in that stretch, I think that is something that you would sign for. So me and Jeremy Cohen will be on live later today for a little bit more reaction to that, but wanted to get a reaction out as soon as possible, and we will talk more about it in due time. Have a great Sunday, everybody.